not just one, not just two, not just three, but all these 4 YouTube channels have one thing in common, and that is that all of these channels literally got monetized in under 10 days. Now in this video today, I've literally planned out a huge video for you guys. I'll tell you guys exactly how to monetize how I monetize my Faceless YouTube channels literally in under 10 days. So you guys can literally copy my whole framework and know exactly what I'm doing to be able to do that for yourself as well. Now for the people who don't know who I am, I'm Stefan, 24 years old, currently do about $30,000 to $40,000 a month and constantly building new Faceless YouTube channels, as we can see right here. Then I've made $42,000 with just 2 videos that I've posted, here 30,000 and here 12,000, and then I've scaled the channel from literally $0 to $48,000 in 30 days, as we can see right here. And then not just me, but I've helped hundreds of other people do the exact same thing. For example, here Martins, we've helped to scale to $31,000 in a single month, or even here Andre, who we scaled to 2 consecutive $1,000 days, and the month after that to a $30,000 month. Then here, let me find that here. Maurice actually monetized the first month. One channel made $1,300, other one made $4,000. Then here, Daniel got monetized in less than 2 weeks, and then many more. Like for example here, Matthew, who actually never started a YouTube channel before and monetized 2 channels in just 7 months, 7 weeks. Months would be crazy, but 7 weeks of working with me. Now, if you guys want the exact same kind of help that all of these people had to get the results they got, then book a call. First link in the video description. Book your call with me and let's see if it makes sense to work together, and let's scale you up. All right. So first thing first, all right. If we want to monetize a YouTube channel very quickly, we firstly need to get our YouTube channel ready. Now, shadow bans are real. It's no secret, right? There is something like that. There are bad accounts and there are good accounts. And that is all kind of measured with the trust score. All right. Now, what is the trust score? Trust score is basically just how much does the platform actually trust your YouTube channel. Now, we have different kind of YouTube accounts. We have brand new accounts, aged accounts, pre-monetized accounts, and then we have personal accounts. All right. Now, from these accounts, personal accounts will always have the highest trust score. Why? Because YouTube already knows that behind this account is actually a real human and not a bot. All right. So if we're using if you're kind of between which account you should choose, if you have a personal account that's just a YouTube account you personally use, I'd highly recommend you to go with your personal account. Then if you don't have that, rather brand new or aged account, I would not recommend you guys to use pre-monetized accounts. Mainly use them for trends, right? Not for long-term channels. Now we want to protect our YouTube channel from day one. And we do that by using a different email address for every single account, by using different AdSense accounts. Now, you can create more than 1 AdSense account per person if you actually go ahead and create LLCs, all right? So if you will have, just as an example, 1 LLC in the US, you will be able to do 2 AdSense accounts. So 1 in your name, all right? Your name, and then 1 in the LLC name. All right. So if you have like a bunch of Faceless YouTube channels already, go ahead and create AdSense accounts with LLCs. All right. Then let me know, by the way, if you want a specific one video about this. A lot to cover here. All right. Then we want to use different browsers and different Chrome profiles. Now, very important is that you do not need any proxies, anti-detect, and so on. It's largely a myth for trust purposes, all right? Now, we want to warm up our account to make sure and give us the best possible shot of actually having an account that is actually super good. So we want to use the account as a normal user. Then we want to watch 1 to 2 hours of content per day, subscribe, comment, and like to different kind of YouTube videos. Very important is that we do not act like a bot, all right? Do not act like a bot, just act like a normal person. Do this for 1 week plus to lower the risk of a low trust score, all right? This does not always 100% work, but we want to do everything in our power to make sure that the account we're going to post on is good, all right? Now, a quick note, always have 1 to 2 warmed up channels ready to go, all right? So, because if you're going to pick a niche, you want speed. We need speed. Speed is going to be the thing that lets you monetize YouTube channels that fast, okay? Now, how can you test if an account is good? What we do is we record a real 3 to 4 minute phone video, like just a walk, a drive, a room tour. The content really doesn't matter. We log into the account and upload that video, and we check after 24 hours, like how many impressions did it get. If it got like 0 to 50 impressions, the account is not good and I wouldn't use it. If it got 200 to 400 impressions, the account is usable and good enough, but not the best. And if it got 1,000 impressions, the account has high trust and is ready to go. Okay. Now, so once we have a YouTube account that YouTube actually trusts, the next problem is the niche you put on it. And this is going to be the biggest thing. Like, most people completely mess up on this. And this is also going to be massive on how fast you actually get views. So when we're doing niche research, there's specific criteria we always look at. And those are, there are under 5 smaller channels creating content in that niche that are constantly getting more views than they have subscribers. This means there's high demand and low supply in that niche. And by the way, this is the most important part when it comes to YouTube, right? YouTube has demand and has supply. YouTube is a marketplace of videos, and every marketplace has demand and supply, okay? There are no channels with over 100,000 subscribers. Super important, because you will not be able to compete against huge channels, all right? There are no channels failing. If there are a bunch of channels failing, why should your channel succeed? The niche is not older than 6 months. Important, because in most cases, if the niche is older than 6 months, we'll have both of these. Then I can create better content than my competitors. I'll tell you guys more on this later, but you can also go ahead and create longer content. Am I actually interested in this niche? Not a must, as long as you build a team that has interest in that niche. Is the niche monetizable? Super important. Otherwise, you're not going to make any money. And huge bonus if you can post long videos, because then you can place more ads and your RPM will be higher. That means you make more money per 1,000 views. All right. Now, important, this does not need to be 1,000% with all niches you find. If you can get it like 70% accurate, you're good to go and start that channel. All right. Now, tools I'd highly recommend for doing niche research on NextLevel. It's like 13 euros a month. And then VidIQ, the free plan, is more than enough. You do not need these, but I would recommend them to make niche research easier. Okay. Now, niche research we actually do on a dummy account. This is the easiest way to find very, very new niches very early on. Right? And that's exactly what we want to do. We want to find very new niches very early on to be able to blow up very quickly. Now, we use a dummy account. This is basically a YouTube account that we only use for niche research. And we have the advantage that YouTube actually changed for our advantage. YouTube got extremely good at predicting what we are wanting to watch. And we can use that to our advantage to train the YouTube algorithm to only show us faceless niches on our YouTube home tab. Now, instead of me explaining all of this, let me actually show you how you can set it up. Because once the dummy account is set up, you can, no joke, find endless niches with it and very new niches, which is the coolest thing. All right, so this here is my dummy account. I'll just refresh this page. Now, if we look here, let me just refresh it. Boom. Here we can see niche research account. And what we can see here now right away, forgotten royal tables. Here we can already see, like, it's crazy. Like, YouTube just is pushing these small channels. Here, 25 videos, 3,000 subscribers, pushing this channel to my YouTube homepage. Now, how do you set up a dummy account exactly like that one? So what you do is you go ahead and you create a brand new YouTube account, just like this one right here. Okay. Now, just imagine me being logged into a YouTube account right here, like a real account. All right. You will be logged in. You will not use incognito. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to look up anything you are interested in. So for me, I don't mind. So I'm just going to look up the biggest houses, or not the houses, but the biggest houses. Okay. And then what you want to do is you actually want to click on the faceless videos, all right? So you don't want to click on videos that are personal brands. You only want to click on faceless videos. Now, while the video is playing, okay, you can already like this video, subscribe to this channel, and then go on and keep on clicking on faceless videos here on the sidebar, like over and over and over and over and over again. Now, this here was a faceless channel. Now they show their face. But let's go on. We do this for quite a while. So you don't want to do this for 5 minutes and then you're done, but you want to do this for like 30 minutes or something. And what you will see then is that your YouTube homepage will actually be full of faceless channels. As we can see right here, like I've literally clicked on 3 videos and we already have a bunch of faceless videos on our YouTube homepage, which is quite cool. And that's exactly what you want. Now, once all of that is done, your YouTube homepage is going to look exactly like mine. And you see here, again, 600 subscribers, 50,000 views. YouTube is randomly pushing this channel to me. And then we can already very early on on spot very hot niches, right? Now we're going to use NextLevel to kind of filter our YouTube homepage. So we can scroll down. Okay, and then we can click here on NextLevel and actually click here view subscribers versus view count. And then we can see here, damn, 200 subscribers, 50,000 views. We can click on this channel and here we can see a brand new channel absolutely blowing up that we found on our homepage. All right, so the homepage or the dummy account is absolutely the craziest way to find brand new niches blowing up. Now, once we're as we're doing niche research, we always want to keep in mind that, we want to create new niches using the niche transfer method. All right. This is the best thing we can do because then we don't have anyone we compete against. So instead of blindly copying something everyone is doing, we use the niche transfer method to literally 1000x our results. This is essentially taking proven concepts and moving them to different markets on YouTube. All right, this can be anything: the title, the thumbnail style, the video style, anything. Okay, if we look at these kind of examples right here, we can see this channel here, Medieval Times Discovered. They started posting videos in the medieval space. Okay, it worked very, very well. So this channel before Fire actually came around and took the exact same style of content and just moved it to caveman. This channel here moved it to pirates. This one here moved it to homeless people. And this way you're working with something that is proven to work, and you're in a niche where you literally don't have any competition. So the niche transfer method is like the easiest way to actually blow up a channel very quickly because you're already working with something that is already working. Okay. Next thing we need is speed. Guys, speed is the biggest thing if you want to monetize channels that quickly. Speed is, no joke, a non-negotiable. Non-negotiable, all right? You must have a team that can implement very quickly. And this is exactly why we actually give the people that work one-on-one with me full access to teams, all right? We actually hire, pre-negotiate all of these things for you guys, okay? Now, you have three options. By the way, if you want to work one-on-one with me, check out the first link in the video description. Book your call with me. Let's have a look if it makes sense. And if it does, then we'll work one-on-one together and scale your channel up, all right? Now, when it comes to content creation, you have three different options. Now, we can do it ourselves. We can go the hybrid method, or we can fully outsource it. If we do it ourselves, okay, we basically don't have any cost because we do everything. We have 100% profit margin, new skills, full control over the whole process. And the disadvantages are it's not very scalable. It's extremely time consuming. Learning takes a bunch of time. And without you, you don't make any money, because if you don't post any videos, you're not going to make any money. Then hybrid method, where you do some and the freelancers do some. It's still low cost. You do what you enjoy. You still have more, like a bunch of control over the process. The disadvantages though are it's only partially scalable, very time consuming. Some capital is required. And without you, you don't make any money. Okay. And then we have fully outsourced. The advantages of this is it's not very time consuming, extremely scalable, still over 80% profit margin. You have time freedom. You work with experienced freelancers, and without you, you still make money. Okay. Now the disadvantages are it requires some capital. So if you're going to fully outsource, you will need like $300 to $500 a month to fully outsource. Okay. Now I always say it does not matter how you create the content. All right. It does not matter at all how you create the content, as long as the content actually gets created and posted. That's the biggest thing. Okay. So many of our students start like this, or even like this. Completely depends on you. Okay. If you have more money than time, do it yourself. If you have more money than time, wait, did I say that it's the same thing? If you have more time than money, then do it yourself. If you have more money than time, then outsource. Okay. Now, where do you actually hire these people? Thumbnail designer, you're going to hire on X, Fiverr, Upwork, YT Jobs, or onlinejobs.ph. Or you can also use AI. ChatGPT got super good at creating thumbnails. Now, one very important thing for you to note is that if you're going to work with someone, all right, you need to do research into your thumbnails. You need to tell the thumbnail designer exactly what thumbnail you are actually looking for. How does the thumbnail need to look? Thumbnail designers, if you're paying them like $10 or something, they're not going to do the research for you, okay? Then for scriptwriters, look for them on Upwork, YT Jobs, onlinejobs.ph, or even use AI. We, to be honest, use AI to write our scripts because, again, we need speed. Speed is the name of the game, all right? Then voiceover artist, Fiverr or 11 Labs. I like AI voiceovers because of speed. Speed is the name of the game, all right? Then video editor, we use Upwork, YT Jobs, X, or even onlinejobs.ph. X, you will find super good editors, but they will cost you more. Upwork are usually, you can find quite cheap editors for a decent price, that do very good videos. Then channel manager, you can ask one of your friends. And by the way, you do not need a channel manager if you're just running one channel, okay? If you're running like 4 something channels, then it's okay. 4+ channels, you can get a channel manager. Now, you can look in your friend group, you can look on Upwork, on YT Jobs, or even between your freelancers. So I always like to use my freelancers as channel managers, but what is very important is that that specific person needs to be accountable. If that person is not accountable, he will not be good for that position. Trust me, okay? You will only have drama. Then onlinejobs.ph is also super good. You can hire like a VA and that specific person can run the channel for you. Now, always ask these people, what kind of payment methods do you use? Okay, do you use bank transfer, Wise, PayPal, Remitly? These are like the most common ones. But always ask them what payment method do they use, because we don't want to work with them and then not be able to pay them, all right? Then we actually get into our niche testing framework. So once we have our niche, we have our freelancers, we get into the niche testing framework. So I follow this exact process with every single niche I get into to avoid spending money on videos that will never work. So then we do niche research, we choose our account. You guys know all of this already. Then we need 10 to 15, not 10 to 15, but we need 15 video topics. These need to be actual good video topics. So let me show you guys how to pick good video topics. This is as important as actually picking your niche, because a bad video topic plus the best video in the world, no views. A good video topic plus a bad video can still get views, right? So always take inspiration from other channels and do not reinvent the wheel. This here does not mean copy one-on-one. If you're going to copy one-on-one, you will fail. I promise you, okay? Now, we have to keep in mind, and this is why not copying one-on-one is so important. Supply and demand is not just important in your niche, but also in the video topics you choose. So how do you find demand? We look for recent outlier videos on competitor channels. We look for recent trending formats, and we do not copy the most popular videos from competitors, because this is what everyone does and your videos will fail. I promise you that, okay? Now, how do we find supply? We use our YouTube search bar and look for how many people have actually created the exact same video. If it's been done more than 3 times and you don't have a different angle to that specific video, go ahead and look for a different topic, okay? YouTube will always show the videos to the hardcore fans of that niche first. And if they have already seen the video multiple times, they don't have a single reason for clicking on your video except if it follows a different angle, okay? So this is super important. Now, how does a perfect video topic look like? A topic that resonates with your audience. So ask yourself, do they even want to watch this? Some topics sound interesting but are super boring. Make sure your topic is not boring. Your topic has to be posted on time, especially if it's a trend. Repeat what has done well in the past. I'll tell you guys more on this later, okay? And then leverage negativity. So with repeating what has done in the past, let me just look for that kind of post. All right. So I want to speak specifically about Andre. All right. Because we started working with Andre last year in October, and it took us 4 months to scale him to $30,000 in a single month. Right. And he never dropped below that, simply by doubling down on what is already working on his own YouTube channel. Okay. So this is the craziest way to blow up a channel and really blow it up. Okay. Now, we also want to use the topic transfer method. This is by far the most powerful way to choose video topics. Now, what we essentially do is find winning topics in other niches and move them over to our niche. This can work insanely well if it's done correctly. Okay. Now, here are some examples where this has worked super, super well. So just as an example here, why it wouldn't last 24 hours in medieval times, 2.7 million views. And then we have here the exact same topic just for a different group of people. Why you wouldn't last 24 hours in Stone Age, 300,000 views. Same thing here. This video here is on cats, 2.5 million views. And this video is on dogs, and we can see it's the exact same video, just for a different group of people. All right. So these 2 videos have completely 2 different type of audiences that they look for with this video. So that's why this video here on a brand new channel actually blew up. If you look up this video title in YouTube search, you will find a bunch of channels that actually failed with this video topic. Okay, so this is kind of how you're going to pick a good video topic. Now, once we have good video topics, and I really mean good video topics, then we use AI to write our script. Does not have to be ChatGPT, any AI. We're going to use any AI tool to create the voiceover. For the editor, we're going to look for an editor for like $15 or something, just to kind of test the niche. All right. Then for the thumbnail, we're going to use a freelancer, or we're going to do it ourselves, or even with AI. AI is super good at thumbnails. Okay. For our video length, we want our video to be 1.5 times longer than the competitor video to have an unfair advantage over them, because people are automatically going to watch our video for longer. Okay. For the thumbnail and title, make sure that you do research in or on YouTube and find stuff that is already working. We do not want to reinvent the wheel. We actually want to work with something that is proven to work. Now, once we have all of these things, we actually go into the posting phase. All right. We're going to post all these 15 videos. Okay. I don't want anyone crying to me and saying, oh, I'm not getting any views if you haven't even posted 15 videos until now. If you've posted 15 videos, right, and the niche is good, then you're actually going to get views. Okay. Now, once you get views, that's where you can continue to post videos. And this is also how we blow up our channels in like under 10 videos, because we just test and test and test and test, right? Obviously, we make sure that our niches are good. All of these things are good, but we do test a lot and we test very fast, right? Now, if you posted the 15 videos and you're not getting any views, then you don't post videos on this channel, and you need to go ahead and understand, why did my channel fail? Was it the niche? Was it the video topics? Was it the packaging? Was it the video length? Or was it a bad channel? You have to go ahead and try to understand, why did my channel fail? And only once you understood why your channel failed, you can actually go back to niche research and repeat this process again. Okay? Then, once you actually blew up, let me give you some extra kind of stuff, bonuses in this video, monetization. Now, how do we actually make money once our channel actually blew up? Okay. So the easiest way to monetize on YouTube is where YouTube directly pays you for the views you get. Now, for that, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Now, this you now already know how to kind of get to that point quite quickly. Okay. Now, I know for most people, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time sounds a lot. And it literally sounds impossible for some people. But people we work with get to this point in 3 to 6 weeks on average. Just had someone doing it again yesterday, as we can see right here. Okay. Now, I just want to show you that she or they were not the only ones doing that. Here, Masma, first month, got monetized. All right. Here, channel taking off. Here, monetized. All right. 10 days, 9 days, 1,000 subscribers. Here, another one monetized, another one monetized, second channel monetized, monetized in less than a month, monetized. So I can go on and on, monetize. I can go on and on like this. But once you know how YouTube works, it really does not take that long, okay, to get monetized. Now, how do you actually, and by the way, it doesn't take long if you follow this exact kind of framework, okay? Now, how much money can you actually earn from YouTube? So we have the CPM, so that's a cost per 1,000 views. How much advertisers pay for every 1,000 views on the impressions or ad? Then we have the RPM, which is how much do you actually earn per 1,000 views? Now, if you have an RPM of $5, all right, for 1,000 views, you get paid $5. For 1,000,000 views, you get paid $5,000. So if you want to make 10K a month, all you need is 2 million views, all right? If you choose a niche where you have a $10 RPM, you only need 1,000,000 views, all right? So how can you actually go ahead and increase your RPM? So you want to turn on alcohol and gambling ads and then create videos longer than 15 minutes. This is the biggest game changer, by the way. And then place ads every 10 seconds using NextLevel. Now, guys, this was the whole process. If you don't want to go the trial and error kind of route, like for example here, Luke, who started this channel in 5 weeks, he had his first $900 day. Here we can see this exact channel here, $900 day. Or even here, Erland, who got monetized. Or even here, student, $25,000 a single week, $1,000 in the first month, channel blowing up. Here another one, $8,000 in a month. $18,000 in a single month, and many, many more. Guys, then just check out the first link in the video description. Book your call with me. Let's see if we can make it work together. Very important is, if you're not serious, please do not book a call. I don't want to work with any lazy people. Let's go. I'll see you guys on the call or in the next video, and I'll see you. Bye-bye.